So, Ester Saint, her sister Dae Ho, John Campbell, his two buddies, Wes and Mike, they head on into school. And while everybody's at their lockers getting ready for the first class, an announcement comes on the speaker system that there's going to be a student meeting in the new gymnasium. All the students are asked to go to the new gymnasium. So it excited everybody. Doesn't happen too often. They all started moving to the gymnasium. Once they got inside, of course, Esther and Dae, they found each other and they found their good girlfriends. And they're all sitting together in the bleachers. Grant High School Superintendent seemed to be eager to start the meeting, and that's Mr. Mason, which is also a doctor. He could be called Dr. Mason, but he seldom asked to be called by that title. At any rate, he started the meeting and he said, "Looks like everybody's here." He said, "Obviously everybody knows that you've all been blessed with someone giving the school a large, very large scholarship donation that would pay for everybody's tuition to any form of higher education." And he said, and this is particularly why he was very impressed and excited to say that the 60 girls in the 6th hour PE class, despite having a guaranteed scholarships, they went to PE and they did their hardest, ran their hardest for an entire semester and had excelled beyond anybody's wildest imagination. They had gone to the state cross-country meet, and every one of them beat the old state record for girls cross-country. And he said they brought home a trophy that we haven't seen for well over 20 years. And at that point, some of the teachers were wheeling in a very large 3-foot-tall trophy on a cart. And Mr. Mason said, "I'd like for every one of the girls to hold that trophy now and pass it between them so that they can all share the experience of having accomplished this." And so the 60 girls all picked up and handed each other the trophy. It went around through them within a couple minutes' time. Well, the whole school class environment was applauding. And when they were done, the trophy ended up back on the cart. And he said, now I'd like their teacher to speak to everybody. And Ms. Strong went to the podium and said to him that these 60 girls accomplished a great amount, which took even a greater amount of effort, even though they all realized they had already achieved automatic tuitions for higher education. They all excelled in this class. They gave it their best. They all started out challenging each other, and they ended up not only as teammates, but she believed they were all very good friends now too. And she said the one girl in particular that led all 60, she'd like her to come up. Her name's Dae Ho, and to say a few words. So at that point, she motioned for Dae to come up. Esther could see that Dae was very nervous, so she ran over to Dae and told her, you can do this. Just imagine it's only your father in the audience and you're speaking to him. Then Esther blew her warm breath over Dae's face, and it seemed to calm Dae down quite a bit. So Dae went to the podium, looked up and down the bleachers, found her father in the center and started speaking. And she said, at the beginning of the semester, we were told all we had to do is run, and we would get an A if we all showed up and ran. Or we could go to the library and get a C. She said, my sister suggested that if we all stayed and ran, we'd probably lose a dress size or two. And at that point, the student body chuckled. A lot of them laughed. And Dae said, well, that was true, because at the end of the semester, we all did slim down and become much stronger. And not only did we lose weight and become stronger, but mentally we all felt stronger. She said, it was a wonderful experience, and I hope that all of you can have the same wonderful experience someday. Everybody applauded. Dae was surrounded by her teammates. They put her up on her shoulder. The student body was applauding, and it went on for several minutes. Mr. Mason came back to the podium and said that these girls had set a wonderful example that Grant High students are capable of anything. And he said, I know that all of you can do the same, that we are Grant High, and I am proud of that. Everybody applauded, and he said, all of you were at the end of the school year I hope you all have a wonderful summer. And next year, perhaps we'll find some more students willing to take on challenges, even though they too will be seeing a guaranteed tuition for higher education. He said, again, congratulations to the 6th hour girls. And he applauded. Everybody applauded. The bell rang and he said, dismissed. And the class, everybody started off to the next hour's class. But it was a slow move. Everybody was excited.